Okay. So, Joe Blow buys Jane Doe as a slave. Joe Blow could rape her if he wanted. He could kill her if he wanted. He could mutilate her if he wanted. Or he could treat her well if he wanted. Okay? Jane Doe's debts were therefore paid, and then Joe Blow could turn around and sell Jane Doe to somebody else anytime he wanted. That was established cultural practice then in the ancient world. Okay? So when the Bible is talking about rules about slavery in Exodus, I think they used Exodus 21 as the example, or Exodus 22. It's talking in those cultural terms. Alright? But God does not say, and this is really important to understand the difference, because there's a lot of talk about slavery in the Bible, and you got to read it all to understand the whole picture. God does not say, go out and make slaves. There's no command to go out and make slaves, and G-Man was right to bring that up. Okay, it allows it, but it doesn't say go out and make slaves. Okay? The other thing that's different in the Bible versus the common practice of slavery at the time was that you never were allowed to mistreat your slaves, because then you would be guilty of a crime before God. That's a really important thing to say. The second thing about it that you have to know: if you mistreated your slaves, you were guilty of a crime before God. It was a spiritual matter. Alright? And of course, you know, when you stop to think about it, why would you go to the time and expense of buying somebody and then turn around and mistreat them? Do you knife your own couch? No, you take care of it. Because slaves were really expensive, and in fact, what was the downfall of the Roman Empire and the Greeks and, oh golly, every single empire I can think of offhand, going all the way back to ancient China, is that slavery was practiced too much, and the owners felt a certain obligation to take care of their slaves, and it ended up being too expensive. I'm not saying that slavery is moral. I'm just explaining what the history was. Okay? Now, the next point that you need to understand about it is that in the biblical definition, the kind of slavery that God condones